What was your inspiration?
Music. Music was my inspiration. During COVID, just before COVID and whatnot, I was back and forth between work. I got injured on my last job, and I hit a low. I hit a wall of depression that had me second guessing, doubting, unaware of what I was doing or where I was going, and I had a moment where I just broke down and cried. I was in the dark in my old kitchen, leaning up against the fridge, just unconsolable. I didn't know what to do with myself. I felt like a failure as a husband, as a father, as a provider. I felt like I've gotten this far and have done absolutely nothing. I felt hopeless.
Welcome to TF3 Airport. Is what? 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 They say what we famous for. That's why I'm taking y'all on this verbal tour. First stop, Providence Place Mall, 3 floors of stores to shop for you and yours. Don't have a ride, you can take the Ripper. Anywhere you need to go, the bus will get you. Cranston, Warwick, even Newport, Kennedy Plaza, where you can find the ice court. Y'all know Brown University, famous. J-Dub, PC, you alright? Famous. Students from everywhere come here to go there. The capital's Providence. Dante is in your ear. Home of the Blue Bug, Iggy's and Thayer Street. Full of stores to shop or places you can eat. Near is downtown P-Pack. Enjoy a show. The Dunk Water Fires. Other things you need to know. Can't forget Fat Hill for real.
See how when you was just talking about how Beyond Young comes to existence and you just went through this whole science of how everything works behind the scenes and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you never know where. See, when somebody's heart speaking, you never know the right direction their heart's going to go into because you're just going to let your heart flow. So that's why in these dialogues, these conversations, which are educational people, we're not just on YouTube, we actually on televisions in New York, we on
radio and Baltimore, some parts of the UK.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of actually technically we're worldwide because Spotify is worldwide.
Right.
So anybody can find us and tune in. Like if you can't watch and sit down and watch the show, we can
type it in and just show up.
It's on Spotify. Put it on YouTube. And only thing I don't like about it, like I don't know if it does it to you, but when you like are watching something on YouTube and you turn off the screen because you want to like put your phone away or something like that, it stops the video.
Because that's a premium. You gotta pay for that service. You want to hit
That's
something?
how they get you.
It used to be when you didn't have to. Now you have to.
That's nope.
Nah, listen. That's the world we in. It's like they give you a service. They give you a whole bunch of services. It's like with my car. I bought my car, right? And normally GPS come with the car. Now they want me to pay for the GPS.
No. No. But you remember back in the day when GPS was a disc in the back of your trunk?
Right.
you had to put a DVD in the back of your trunk to have a GPS.
And everything evolved and stuff. So
again, see, just like I was just saying, everything evolves. You can't get mad at the inventor for trying to make it easy. It's like because they found a necessity to cut some of the work out. Like they want the same results, but how can we get to this result quicker? And I can't get mad at that. I'm like, this is tedious. You've seen me sit down here edit. You see me when I did that First Supper shot, like zooming in and like showing you the like making all that look like it was one shot. I was like, people don't do that no more. there are very few people that still like take that time and get that technical with their craft. Like I said, there will always be a call for that nuance, that essence of.
But when it becomes based on results or how fast you want your results, because here's the thing, if somebody has a production and somebody's offering them work and multiple people coming to it for work, wouldn't that be time consuming and they try to cut time?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I understand the necessity of like these programs that are cut production time in half. Like, it's great, but it's like, that's the beginning. That's why it's good to get into it now, because that's on a small scale, like small videos that you have on your phone that you can like edit in seconds. That's great. But when it comes to films and documentaries, like over time, like they're in the process of making computers so strong right now that like there's a computer out there that is so fast and so has so much memory. It's almost like, I think it's like $5,000.
Dude, they're about to have robots in your home.
They already do got robots in your home. TVs, radios, computers.
Nah, but I'm talking about they're gonna have an actual, like they got robots now for sale for $20,000 to $30,000. But
I seen iRobot. I know what they gonna do.
listen, that's another discussion later. So based on, so you basically started, you and a friend that just being friends, coming from a job that y'all didn't really care for, came up with a name, came up with a logo of a name. When did you realize or think this is actually going to become a reality? That this is going to be real? That I can actually touch what I was thinking, like somebody's actually wearing, seeing your idea?
I would say that the part where it became a reality was March 21st, 2018, when I signed the paperwork and made it an LLC. The reality of people wearing the logo and having a sneaker and merchandise, that even when the day that you took on the role as co-owner and we had those shirts by Iconic Jordan Apparel, yeah. Even then I didn't really see it. Like, you were saying it, like you saw, I think you saw it quicker than I did, or you saw the vision of it. I was more so like, still in like, this is happening. Like, this is happening? I'm doing it? Okay, I'm doing it. Like, I was still like in the process of really like digesting the movement that was happening. Like, and I think is when we went on, when we went to the site or for the merchandise and whatnot, and we saw the Beyond Eons logo on that hoodie. Like, we was there to look at like the design for the t-shirt and whatnot, but we both saw that hoodie, was like, yo. That's when it was like, okay, this is real. That hoodie looks dope. Like, and then it's just been like go since then.
But the lab on that process, it's like, see, here's the thing. Like I said in the video, I've been around people that like I had one of the labels that I was gonna sign to, the CEO used to do the reenactment on American Most Wanted. So, and I'm cool with him in the management before he actually started the label. So I was seeing they had merchandise, they had clothing. I used to be one of their models. So I'm watching somebody else bring in their idea, their situation in life, and then I met a whole bunch of other designers, and that's one of the things in that field that everybody got along. It wasn't like nobody was stepping on each other's toes, because again, when I was with them, they introduced me to this guy where he actually would give me clothing before they even came out, and I was wearing his clothes at all my shows. That's why you always see me in those type of outfits, and people didn't understand. They was supplying me of everything I was wearing. So when they see, and I went to conferences, I see people run labels. I was a part of my friend getting signed when that label we were supposed to both be on. I seen his contract and got him out that contract, so he got a bigger and better deal. So when you see these things, even though you're not going through it yourself, because I didn't sign no contract, like my brother King Size, he was signed to a label. I sat down with his CEO as well. This dude won Grammys. We in his house and stuff. So I'm seeing all of this and I'm witnessing all this. I'm not physically going through it or mentally going, because it is a mental, but I was just putting it in my file to say, you know what, maybe this would be useful one day. So when we go back to when I see the clothing and your logo on the clothing, I would say that they're saying this is a start. But for people to really gravitate to what it is that is being projected for the future, it would have to be something that is in competition with the Nikes, the Reeboks, the Adidas. Because some people consider, remember in the movie Juice, when she asked him, are you known? And she said, oh, you're local.
You local.
You see, and it's like, when it comes to the quality and the presentation of your production, clothing, whatever, some people will look at you as being local if you present it in a local state of mind. It's like, it's not a disrespect. You just got to remember, when somebody's spending their hard-earned money to purchase something from you, it could be a beat, it could be sneakers, it could be a shirt, it could be information. If they feel like you have a price that rivals the price of someone that they can go get it and they're in a better position than you, they're gonna go choose that. So if we have a price set for this shoe, and somebody say, that's how much you want for that shoe, when I can go get this for this, what do you think they're gonna give their money to?
Together.
You see what I mean? So you gotta always keep in mind the quality, the coloring, the confidence that somebody will have wearing it. So when you see somebody sees the shirts, what's the first thing they say? Oh, wow.
Yesterday, I was at the hospital. My morning did not go the way I thought it was gonna go. I woke up to a call. My pops has been in the emergency room since the day before. He asked me to bring him something to eat. I won't go too much into that story, but I was wearing the Beyond Eons orange hoodie and those sweatpants with the Beyond Eons on it. And I hate hospitals. I've always hated hospitals. I hate the energy in hospitals because a lot of people don't realize how many people fear going to the hospital, because that is almost like a sign of death, even though it's a sign for healing and, you know, the opposite. But a lot of people have a stigma that going to the hospital means death.
And then the people you see in there when you go.
And the people you see in their situation, the energy that is in that building is heavy. But I had a great conversation with my father. I left there, you know, put a smile on his face. He saw some of the behind the scenes of the shoot from Spontaneous 2, and I'm leaving, and mainly it was a lot of women, the nurses and whatnot, but a lot of the patients were female in that section at the same time. And I'm walking by, I'm like probably the brightest thing in there, and they're like, everybody's smiling, I'm smiling back, hey, how you doing? They probably coughing up a lung, like they're like not good, but my presence walking by in a positive, like I can feel their emotions switch. I could see them gaining that little bit of light. It wasn't like because of what I was wearing. I think it was because of the eye contact and me smiling back. Like, it's okay. Like, I don't know what put me in that mode, but I took on that presence. And as I'm leaving, one of the nurses was like, I love that sweater. I'm like, thank you. And then the lady that was sitting in her bed, laying in the bed, who when I came in was like tossing and turning in agony, sat up and smiled. Was like, I do too. I was like, thank you.
So how that made you see? This is what I'm saying. How did that make you feel to know? Again, I'm wearing my design, my clothing, and I'm walking in unknown territory, and people are acknowledging. So when they say I like that sweater, they don't know you're the creator of that actual sweater that they say they like.
No. I don't think a hospital emergency room is the place to have that conversation. Plus, I had to go because I had to go from there to go help my mom. So my day yesterday was going through two different situations with my parents, which is crazy in itself.
The reason why I let you talk, because see, ladies and gentlemen, even when you coming up with an idea and you're seeing someone's vision, it's also look at what they're going through while they trying to become an entrepreneur or owner. Doing the editing, you got a lot on your mind, and that's why when I keep saying you're not alone, it's like we have this show basically to let you know that everyone have issues, everyone's had problems. You see in the Shelly episode, Michelle Bridges, I'm praying with her sight to get restored, and she's gonna have a part 2 to her story. So it's like people going through things. We make it look easy when we sitting in front of this camera on your television screen, but you don't know what experience we was experiencing before this came to you. So even when we sitting down doing this, if we could just bring joy to you for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, that is the purpose of programs. Is, you know what? Some of y'all might be looking for your purpose. Somebody might be looking for some form of inspiration. And that's basically the whole thing, where, speaking back on what he was talking about with the sweater, it was just like that man is starting to try to start up his company. And what I was saying is, I don't want your company to be defined by this person having what they have and it reaches the people that it reach. Now, your friends and family will support you, and you may have, because like he had a football team also buy the merch. But then when you go into a worldwide, a masses of people, like I said, they want to see the coloring. They want to see, like, I wore this shirt on purpose today. This is my gym shirt. Look how many times, y'all don't even know how many times I washed this shirt. And look at it. That's why I say the quality. I washed this shirt multiple times. That's a brand new shirt.
Yeah.
And this is a shirt that's been probably washed 20 to 30 times. So that's why I said the quality, because, and I'm not talking about anybody particular quality. I'm just like, you can wash something. Cause I wash shirts and the logo come off, the words come off or something. And it's not like they purposely doing that. It's just, that's what happened with the quality of a shirt that is provided from the company that did the shirt. So that's what I said. When I see the vision was all about making sure that your introduction to the world beyond Eon Production was the best it could be. You couldn't get no better than what was presented. So the rolled out party, so when we did P-Pack, and we was wearing the clothing and people seen it, what happened? Sold out.
Sold out.
Plus pre-orders.
Yes, indeed.
You see what I mean?
Three connections, like, cause I met like a gentleman that brought one of the shirts when it finally came in. He lived close to where I have to work, so it was like I took it to him personally. He was in his house. They were doing some work in his house, and we started talking. He was asking about the logo and whatnot. I saw a hoodie that he was wearing. He was wearing the hoodie, it said Brownsville. I was like, you from Brownsville? He's like, yeah. We get to talking. I'm almost late for work. I almost didn't want to go to work. That's how dope the conversation was, because we started reminiscing about Pickett Avenue, Livonia. We're like,
you just told me, son. I didn't even know Pickett Avenue was in Brownsville.
yeah, bro.
I knew it was in Brooklyn, but I didn't know it was in Brownsville.
That's Brownsville.
I'm from Best Side.
Yeah.
We used to go.
And so we sitting there, and he's telling me about how he was part of this basketball team in Brownsville. Basically, they put this ragtag group of like guys together who were like the best in their schools, and they made another team in one school, and they became Brownsville's first state champions. And like he's going down to like this history of the school changing, the league, some of these players, what happened to them, who are still alive. And he's like, yo, I would love to do a documentary about this. I'm like, did you ever see the Brownsville Project documentary? And I gave him the episode of Colorblind because it has snippets from it. And he's like, no, I didn't even know they did like. So that conversation turned into like reminiscing to like, we're gonna sit down and talk, because I was like, I would love to shoot this documentary. It's home, like
right.
To hear the story. I was like, the fact that he's like 70, I want to say he's like 74, 75, maybe younger. He talked about working with the housing projects and the council. I said, you worked with my grandmother. He's like, yeah, we were the kids who was trying to get the pool reopened in PS 150. I was like, I went to PS 150. There's a pool there. He said, nobody knows that. I said, you worked with my grandmother. He's like, maybe, I never know. And like, that's when I was like, yo, I can't even go to work right now. Like,
see, I'll let you tell that story, because like, that's people when it comes to a vision. You went to go sell a shirt to someone from an event we was at, and it turned into a life conversation beyond the clothing. See, if you notice, everything is going to be beyond. That's why you see our statement, beyond the family, beyond the food, beyond the music. See, all of this coming in full circle. Until you make a step, I always tell Keem this analogy. We threw a rock. Now, you're expecting the rock to hit something or hear something break. In this case, it's a mental, spiritual rock. When we threw the rock, until someone come back, we don't know who it hit. Somebody will have to sit up there and say, I love your shirt. Shout out to Sarah, the first person to buy a pair of sneakers. The rock hit her. She reached out. Now, again, I told y'all, I was doing all this as a youngin', and now that I'm older, if somebody would have told me one day, you're gonna be a part of a company that's gonna sell a sneaker. Not in this lifetime, wasn't in my right mind. That's the difference between me and them. I smarten up, open the market up.
Hold up. The first person that got hit by the rock was Nikki. Well, actually, technically, the first person to get hit by a rock was you, because I threw out the rock. And it hit you. You said, ow. You came back over like, why'd you hit me with this?
They heard that story, though. See, that's why you got to follow my lead. Remember, I got interviewed. They're going to see my episode on how me and you met.
I was in the interview, and I don't remember that part. Anyway.
I know, see? that's why I'm the host.
That's why I said you were the host. I was like,
see, I know what I'm doing. See, the thing is, again, this episode basically is more of the beginning, and you're meeting the owner. And it's also a teachable moment, because, see, everything that you was just sharing, it's like, it's letting people know that the people that you see on television, they're humans as well. They may be humans with more fame than you or more money than you, but they still humans as well. And it's like, you could become that person. It's the work you have to put in.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is what I be saying. Things ain't just gonna come to you. Like, You may get somebody that leave you money. You may get somebody that may donate something to you. But that's my question. I always say to people, what statistic are you? Because that might not happen for you. See, to become the man I am today, I had to put in the work. I had to be attentive and make sure that when an opportunity presented itself, that I was ready to receive that opportunity. So like as a spiritualist, God says he's in charge of the timing. You in charge of the preparation. What do I mean by that? So going back, if I wasn't ready when you called me, this wouldn't be like this. Just like you had to be educated and understand what it is that I was telling you that needed to be done to get the things that's done. So that's why I was sitting up there saying to people, it's like, one, you need to surround yourself with the right people, people that believe in you. That's why you see with me, I always put some positive things because I like to tell my age because I want y'all to know I'm 47. And you look at it, I'm 3 years from 50. That's a $50. I should have flipped one in the air. You know, I gotta. Think about it. And I remember back in the day when I was young, I didn't want to see 50 because I thought 50 was old and everything. I feel I'm good, but you need to surround yourself with the right people because sometimes when you don't feel like going on, them people are your cheerleaders. That's one. Two, you need to put people in your life that is where you see yourself becoming. Because if you don't have an idea of how to get there, that could be discouraging. So sometimes the people you have around you may not did what you're doing, but they still could encourage you. They still should be supportive of what you're doing. But then that's when you got with me, and here I am. Okay, I might have not been in your direct circle, but I was in the extension of the circle to get your vision to where it is today. So that's what I represent. So now us coming together, now I'm in the direct circle where we now helping Nikki and other people fulfill what they want to fulfill, their purpose. So we're giving people the outlet to tell their story. People that have businesses, people that have a story to tell, mothers, therapists, and they love the platform so much that they want to come back. So that was the whole point of this conversation, was then to get to know you, because you may be the face of the company, but now we got to know the brain of the company. And what they say, the brain, it's like if it wasn't for your idea, it doesn't matter how much behind the scenes I do. If it wasn't for your idea, your logo, your LLC, I wouldn't have had something to work with. I was just like this. This is what I did. I said, listen, make me a partner and watch what I help do with your company. It's still your company. I'm just playing my part to advance. And that's what we try to do with other people, help them with their company. And until we help each other, we're not going to get where we trying to go. Because again, I shout out Coleon Records, TJ Saws. If it wasn't for TJ Saws and Coleon Records, we wouldn't been able to do this. See, I give honor and glory to those where honor and glory is needed, because I didn't do this on my own. There's a lot of people. That's why when I said artists named friends when it came to music, TJ Saws when it came to the clothing, it was someone that I seen doing it, and I'm like, how do you do this? Once they showed me, I just applied it. So I give the credit where credit is due, because remember, without these relationships, without these surroundings, what are you? And that's what you got to think about. So that's why I said this conversation is important. We wanted season 3, so you're gonna know that you see the people we interviewed, and we did a bunch of thank you to the people that helped us get this platform established. the cities that's welcoming our show, the states that's welcoming our show, the platforms that's welcoming the show. Wesley Beats, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate you. You will be in the next thank you. We always do a thank you on each season.
Yes, and if the funny thing, not the funny thing, but the great thing, if you go back to the first episode and watch the episode, but if you look at the credits, every time the credits rolled on the end of the episode, you see a new network. Just every time it started off with just PEG, and then it said Beyond the Odds. It was like PEG, CCOM, Beyond the Odds, PEG, CCOM. Like by the time you get to episode, I want to say, by the time we got to episode 15 or something like that, Welcome to Beyond, where we officially announced Nikki being a partner, like we had 5 networks.
And Nikki's coming up with her own show.
Exactly.
So again, to bring this to, think about it, King. You and your friend coming from a job you don't like, playing around with some words. It's now sneakers on your feet, shirt on other people's back, hoodies on other people's backs, a conversation where you're meeting a whole bunch of people that you didn't even know existed because of what? An idea put in place. So that's it, people.
Hey, be quick. We're going to shout him out again in the thank you, but again, to that brother, my brother Alberto, Mr. Ayala, my Native American brother, my Taino brother, my struggle warrior brother. Thank you. We recently caught up for the first time in 15 years. And
oh yeah, you had to tell that.
Yeah, we caught up for the first time in 15 years recently, and he's like, dude, I'm so proud of you. He's like, I never thought you would take that and did what you did. Yo, the shoes are dope. The show is dope. He's like, I did not see that happening with that phrase. Like, we were recanting the story. I was like, dude, you got to come and we got to tell that story. He's like, I just got back into town. Like, I'm about to move into Mass. So he's working there. He said, but when I get there, yes. He's like, I gotta catch up. I was like, dude, we gotta shoot that. We gotta talk about that. He's like, I'm down. So that episode's gonna be coming. I don't know how soon, but yes, the beyond behind the scenes of Beyond.
Forgot that. That would have been crazy not to have that in there. That'd have been like something like, we gotta reshoot this.
Or we can hold off releasing.
Well, this is probably like episode. We have so many episodes. See, this is the thing about recording people and editing. See, we having fun and laughing because y'all don't understand. Y'all seeing this episode and y'all just like, this could be what episode of the season, episode 10.
But it's actually.
But to us, we don't know what the heck it was because we just
listen. I lost count. I gotta like. And if you know me and you've seen the organization of my files, I gotta redo it again because some of those episodes was like part 1, 2, 3, and 4, but it just says episode 13,
right.
But it's actually 13, 14, 15, 16.
Because Shelly episode is supposed to be broken down.
It was supposed to be. That would have been broken down into 4. So. Yeah.
And we might have to add something to it because it was 1 hour and 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. See what we do, some of these episodes, her episode was played on YouTube in its entirety.
It was a special.
I needed to hear that whole story. If something like this, Keem's story might be played depending on how it is in its entirety, depending on how you break it up. Because again, it's like we don't want you to lose the essence of the conversation. Because it may seem like it's all over the place, but nah, it's really not. That's how life is. Because 1 minute you can wake up and you don't know what you're waking up to. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like there's people that get in car accidents. There's people that like where I work, we had people pass away. One lady was like, I'm gonna take a nap, didn't wake up. Another person passed away in a truck they was driving. Another person went on break and didn't come back. Not because they didn't want to come back, they couldn't come back. So it's like you just never know. And stories are
excuse me.
One time I was talking to a young man who father, I got the whole story because it's funny. I went to the gym and they was telling me somebody passed away. And then days later, I actually met the kid whose father it was, and his girlfriend told me the story about how his father kissed his mother, was just like, yo, I'll be back, honey, I'm just gonna go to the gym. Heart monitor went out, fell off the treadmill, and passed. So it's like, ladies and gentlemen, this is what Beyond the Eons Production is all about. Enjoy your life. Second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. Always remember, the decision you make today will affect your tomorrow. If you want to see a better tomorrow, learn from yesterday what I could do better today. I'm going to say that again. If you want to see a better tomorrow, learn from yesterday how to make a better today. And this is something that I tell people all the time. Sometimes you just need to relax, take a step back, really evaluate and think about what it is that you're doing. Don't just respond, because sometimes your emotions can get the best of you. And that's what it is that we're teaching when we on these cameras. We're just letting you know that you're not alone. Everybody has a story. That's why we're trying to get as many people to tell their stories from different spectrums. It's not about race. It's not about spirituality, because the sneaker junkie owner is Muslim. I'm a Christian. Yeah, I'm going to tell you who was an atheist that came on our platform. But again, we're trying to deliver a message. And that's what this is all about. So you got to meet the owner of Beyond Eons Production. This is the person that came up with the logo that you see on the shirt. And this is the person that does all the editing, the recording. This man is a father. He's a husband. He's an owner, employer. And just let him know you're an employer now. He's wearing all these different hats. But like he just told you, I went to the hospital to visit my father who was sick. His mother's going through some things. He told you how he was depressed. He's going through some things. The best thing to do is push on. Push on. And why is it important? You never know who you may encourage by them watching this episode or listening to it on Spotify or on Wesley Beats Radio. So like I said, we threw a rock. We just don't know who it hit yet. Ouch! You know what I'm saying? But I had to do it. I had to do it.